I know a couple of you guys are aware, especially those who are football fans, of the Tyreek Hill incident and what he had to go through. So this is this clip real quick. We're gonna watch it real quick, and it's 10 minutes, but we're gonna watch the first 2 minutes.
Now to the situation that developed before kickoff in Miami on Sunday. Police yesterday released body camera footage of Dolphins star receiver Tyreek Hill being pulled from his car and forced to the pavement after he was pulled over on his way to Hard Rock Stadium. Police say that Hill was speeding and driving recklessly on his way to Sunday's game against the Jaguars. Miami-Dade County Police released 105 minutes and 33 seconds of body cam footage from the officers involved. We are going to show you a piece of it here. This is the moment when the officer first approached Hill's vehicle.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window like that, though.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here. That way you can lower it and talk to you.
My ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Keep it down. Hey, keep your window down. Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. What part of God don't you understand? Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin.
When we tell you to do something, you do it.
You understand? I'm getting out.
You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you.
I'm getting
You're a little
out.
confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill, bro.
Too late.
All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We are. We will.
Hey, what? Hey, call Drew, bro. Just call Drew.
So the Drew that Tyreek Hill is referring to is his agent, Drew Rosenhaus. Tyreek Hill was on CNN last night. He said that he rolled his duties while the investigation continues. Meanwhile, the Dolphins released a lengthy statement after the video was released. We'll read you portions of it here. They say, "We are saddened by the overly aggressive and violent conduct directed towards Tyreek Hill, Calais Campbell, and Jonnu Smith by police officers before yesterday's game. It is both maddening and heartbreaking to watch the very people we trust to protect our community use such unnecessary force and hostility toward these players. Yet it is also a reminder that not every situation like this ends in peace, as we are grateful this one did. What if I wasn't Tyreek Hill is a question that will carry with resounding impact. We are proud to have a strong and positive relationship with the Miami-Dade Police Department and other law enforcement agencies and recognize that the vast majority of officers do serve the community with the utmost character and desire to protect all citizens." They mentioned Calais Campbell and
Man, so this one, I think this one we truly have to unpack a little bit, because I think we have to fully, completely understand what all unfolded in this particular scene and incident. So, before we kind of get into it, Saran, do you want to kind of jump off on and say your take on how you felt about that particular clip at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly showing these in this order was kind of perfect, because on one side, in the first clip, I was like, cops should be able to know how to approach a situation and not, like you guys said, not add gasoline to the fire. But also we as citizens have a responsibility to not throw gasoline on the fire as well. So there's a lot of things. Again, the aggression was a little much, but like he said, like the cop said, it's too late now. So in this situation, the cops were just doing their job. They were being respectful, knocking on the window, and Tyreek kind of was running at the mouth a little crazy. And it's like, after the first, why are you knocking on my window like that? You don't got to keep repeating that. That's something that's like, that's kind of like childish behavior of students do that to teachers, just repeating, cutting them off, repeatedly. Okay, well, why are you doing this? Why are you? That's like, come on now. because now you egging me on, you trying to get a reaction out of me. So that was kind of problematic. But again, that's really it. As citizens, both parties have a responsibility of maybe there's better ways to go about certain situations, which can avoid the worst case scenario, in my opinion.
I agree.
Hardy boy, go ahead.
I definitely agree with you. That was kind of agitation on Tyreek's part. You know, I know Lamar want to hit on it, but you know, they've all had to talk. We've all had to talk, and you know, as African Americans, as the Black community, how to maintain calm and discipline when you are approached by the police. It's just what it is. You know, we each generation comes up and say, well, at some point I got to stand up. Well, the main thing is to make
it home. Yeah, make it home.
Come home. So yeah, he instigated that, and to your point, Saran, once we 0 to 60, 0 to 100 now, you can't take it back. So yeah, I agree with you. He sort of he could have handled that initially better.
So one of the things I enjoy about this podcast is how we can kind of go back and speak on things. And for those of you all who follow our show, you might remember this specific episode, but me and Hardy Boy actually talked about the black tax and the idea of, you know, if they do this, you do that to them. You know, if you're black, if they do this, you do that to them. And in this situation here, Saran and Hardy Boy are right in saying that Tyreek Hill was a catalyst. He threw lighter fluid on the flame. He definitely fed into it. At no point are we saying all the things that occurred and happened after that, the excessive force is correct. No, we don't agree with that at all. We don't think that it should have been there because, as we stated before, you are a trained professional to de-escalate situations. And I think one of the coolest things that I've been doing as of late, I've been kind of podcast diving and YouTube diving, and I've come across this particular podcast called Shots Fired. And it's a podcast where it's two officers who look at all the incidences that go on in the country, in the world regarding, you know, police officers. And the one thing that they're always talking about is the fact that we have to know how to be able to de-escalate situations, but also as a partner, when you see your partner pushing or going off the edge, someone has to step up and pull him back or pull the reins or be the good cop in sense for good cop, bad cop. You got to control him and bring him back. And I think in this instance, the other cop was a little bit more fiery, if not worse, jumped in. Once the other cop was like, oh no, matter of fact, come on. The other cop jumped in and snatched him out the car, threw him on the ground, but it was all over. However, again, Hardy Boy talked on it. We know as Black people in America, Black men, Black women, you've had this talk growing up. You know that when a police officer pulls you over, we open all the windows. We have our license and registration in hand. Our hands are in front of the steering wheel on the dashboard. Everything is, all our I's are dotted and all our T's are crossed. Because as Hardy Boy says, the job is to make it home. And so and the fastest way to make it home is to abide by what's going on, give him everything he needs, don't do nothing crazy, and then just get home. But to Saran's point of, he knocks on the window and you say, don't knock on my window like that. And to be honest, I don't even know why you would come out the side of your neck like that first place. But okay, you said it one time. But to repeat it over and over and over, and then not only to repeat it, after you like do that, you say, go on, man, I'm late, so I can go on about my business, and then roll the window up disrespectfully while he's still standing there. Come on, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you tried to sneak your seatbelt on to just be difficult because now you're going to put your seatbelt on. And so, again, I don't want people thinking that we do not understand the ramifications that happen here, because we do. We understand this excessive force. And again, like I said before, they come in, we're always outnumbered. They come in numbers. So there was like 5 officers at this point against 1 person. Why are y'all slamming me face down on the concrete? Why are y'all yanking me out the car? Why? But again, why are we fueling the fire? Why are we loading their ammunition? You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on that. And I kind of want to close with this last clip because it kind of brings full circle of everything. And I know we talked about it last week, but it is the example of the Georgia shooting. And I just want us to listen to these 2 young ladies speak on the instance that they had here. So I'm gonna pull it up here. And then, we'll be done at this point.
I think it's a lot to do with ego. Like, he was talking like that because of his status, obviously, because he's big time Miami, whatever. So obviously that part of, what if I wasn't Tyreek, but you was running at the mouth like that because you are Tyreek? Like,
Right.
you let your ego get in the
Exactly.
way, and it's like, it's not that serious. At some point, you still got to be humble because it's the police. They always have a higher authority than a citizen. Sorry.
And to that point, Snoop, like you said, what if it wasn't Tyreek? I don't know if we would have got slammed on the ground and made it away, to be honest.
It was a lot of conversation. It wouldn't have been no conversation if it wasn't Tyreek Hill. There would be no talking.
So, and I know he was trying, I know that was his way of making that point after the fact, but at the same time, again, the ego kind of got involved and you started talking a little more than we should have, so that is a very good point. So